Hello and welcome. My name is Crystal and I'm going to be guiding you through your routine today. We're going to be working on our breathing mechanics. So you're not going to need anything specific for this, just somewhere comfortable that you can kneel and lie on. So I've got my mats and I usually double up my mats just because my knees can be a little bit tender sometimes. So breathing mechanics are super important because they are the foundation of how we can consciously connect to our nervous system so that we can help restore balance, especially if we've been in a really stressed state for a long time. The other important aspect of our breathing mechanics is they can really impact our mobility and the health of our shoulders and our lower back especially. So if you've been working on improving your mobility and you're just not seeing the impact you were hoping to, you might want to dial it back and say, hey, wait a second, where's my breathing at? Am I breathing with proper mechanics? Because more often than not, we'll skip over the breathing mechanics because it's kind of like the not so fun or not super sexy stuff, but it's the most important foundation of your mobility and movement practice, okay? So no skipping. We're going to be starting lying on our backs. And I'll get you to bend your knees, feet flat on the floor, and just take a moment here to walk your shoulder blades down your spine. And take the hands and just place them below the belly button. And make sure that your head is in a neutral position. So if your chin is really tucked, it's going to restrict how easy air can flow. So imagine that you're at like one of those CPR courses and you tilt to the dummies' chin-ups to open the airway. Okay, and I'll actually just get you to just let your knees collapse in towards each other. And again, hands just below the belly button. We're just going to start by noticing the breath. First couple breaths, noticing where you expand and contract as you inhale and exhale. So for the purpose of this video, we want to encourage deep diaphragmatic breaths, but you want to encourage it where you're at. So if your natural breath rate, so maybe you inhale for 1, 2, exhale for 1, 2, just paying attention to how long your inhale, exhale is. As we start to expand the breath and try to lengthen it a little bit, I only want you to lengthen it maybe 1, 2, or 3 seconds longer. And if it ever becomes strenuous, like it feels really tough to do that, just back off a little bit. You want this diaphragmatic breathing to feel easy because we're trying to tap into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest. So we don't want it to feel strenuous on our body, okay? So as you inhale, we want to feel a 360 expansion, because that's the diaphragm pulling down and expanding to fill the ribs and the lungs of air. Then as we exhale, our belly is going to collapse down. As the air leaves. I'll get you to gently close the lips, no tension in the jaw. We're going to try to inhale using the nose, filling the lower part of the ribs and belly, then the top part of the ribs. Then we're going to exhale, slowly letting everything collapse. Inhale, 360 expansion. Think about breathing into your lower back. Ribs expand out to the sides. And as you exhale, everything recoils back in. We're going to try to lengthen out the inhale. And lengthening the exhale. Noticing what's happening in the body for you. Make sure the neck is staying relaxed. That's really common for people to put tension there. So softening the neck. Check to make sure you don't have any tension in the jaw, but the lips are just gently pressed together. So you can encourage the nasal breathing. We're going to try again to lengthen the breath. So lengthening the inhale again, maybe 1 or 2 seconds. Same with the exhale. Noticing how the body feels as you do this. Can you still feel calm and at ease? Or does it begin to feel strenuous? Do you start to feel tension in the neck? If you do, back off a little bit, shorten the breath to where it felt really comfortable and easy. So on the next inhale, I'll get you to open the eyes if you close them. We're going to come up to a seated position. So that is your first day of breath work. We spent about 5 minutes just noticing and observing the breath and gently encouraging the lengthening of it. When you come up, you might feel really zen. I know I feel super sleepy right now. If you do, that's a really good sign because that means we actually tapped into that parasympathetic nervous system. So if you did, let me know, and I can't wait for you to join me in the next video.